What up, Folkadokes? I'm your graphics rogue, and I'm here with another Rome 2 online battle for you. Let me slow this down. Let me tell you what's going on. I am playing as the Suebi, and my enemy is playing as Carthage. Recently, there was a Steam workshop. There was a Steam sale going on, and they had the Beasts of War DLC on for sale, and it was only $1. And I had $1 to spare, so I got the Beast of War DLC finally. I kinda, I don't feel great about getting it because it is a really shitty DLC, really money-grabbing crap. But there were a few units I was interested in getting because, you only have so many units for multiplayer. I wish you could use a lot of those mod units for multiplayer, but not many people really use them. But I was interested in using the Wolf Warriors, the Camel Cataphracts, and those Gator infantry units for Egypt. So I am really interested in the Wolf Warriors because this is just another fear unit for the Suebi. That would make, I think, about 2 units. 2 units have a fear effect for the Suebi, and now this makes about 3, I believe. So Suebi have a lot of fear effect units, and that is... Oh shit, it's thundering outside. And that is pretty devastating. The Suebi have devastating infantry, and now with all these fear units they have, they can inflict a lot of fear effect on the enemy, and just cause chain routes just all over the fucking place. These berserkers are terrifying and devastating. Wolf Warriors are devastating, terrifying. Wodnaz, are they the ones? No, I think I'm thinking about the Night Hunters are scary too. Yeah. So my enemy, they brought a lot of infantry. They brought a lot of infantry, a lot of missile units, and a lot of cavalry. Now, when I first started getting into this match, I was worried because my enemy brought a lot of cavalry. Let's look at his Iberian Cav about 50 melee attack, 40 melee defense. My nobles are 42 melee, 47. So the mercenary Iberian cavalry in some ways are better than my noble cavalry. In some ways, but overall I think I have the advantage with cavalry, even though we are completely outnumbered. Now, I'm worried. I came into this battle, I looked at them. I looked at the army, I looked at the numbers, I was like, oh shit. I am worried because we are completely and utterly outnumbered in every regard. So, yeah, easy victory for me, right? Just another victory against a completely outnumbering foe. But they got a lot of Iberian cav, they got some Numidian noble cavalry, or Carthaginian cavalry. So, I decided we just split off and we hit the sides. Boom, we smashed the sides of these guys over here. Decided to just charge these Carthaginian cav quickly and just take them out of the fight. I believe I have a trample ability on one of these guys. Maybe not. I can't quite remember. But I still get a devastating hit on the charge with some of these guys. Boom, we hit a charge in these Celtic Light Horse. They're not going to last long. For a bit here, I'm hesitating fighting these guys because they have so many units, and I'm trying to figure out what to do, what I can do. I'm trying to figure out the best move. And while I'm hesitating, he's just dropping spears on my ass. He's dropping javelins all over my infantry line. What the number one thing you don't want to do as a barbarian faction is hesitate. You do not want to hesitate as the Suebi. If you hesitate as the Suebi, the enemy will just take more and more of you out. Their javelins are just weakening me down. We are starting to make some of their cavalry units waver. They're pelting us with these noble Numidian cavalry with their javelins here. They are killing us bit by bit here. But we are slowly winning the cavalry fight. But I am worried about this because we are not winning the cavalry fight fast enough. I'm going to put it up a normal speed here. Yeah, I'm starting to line up here, thinking about what I can do, and I just start calmly looking at the infantry, and I see, well, his infantry they still don't compare to my infantry. The Wolf Warriors, it will take some doing. I think maybe their infantry is better than the Wolf Warriors because they're mainly here for scare tactics, and they get into the corners here. My sword masters to stop my charge, but I do a counter charge with my Night Hunters, and we cavalry counter tactics, and hopefully we'll be able to knock out these noble cavalry pretty quickly because of my cavalry counter tactics here. But we've pretty much crushed their flanks here. We've chased off a lot of their cavalry, and we're just crushing what's left of their noble cavalry over here. And hopefully soon we'll be able to swing back around with the cavalry and smack them in the backs with these, in the backs of their infantry with my cavalry. But all of their units are already starting to rout. We had a devastating charge on their Italian swordsmen, which yeah, their Italian swordsmen, they're pretty shit compared to my noble swords, to my sword masters. Yeah, they're not great. So one devastating charge, and the cavalry's already gone. Their peltists are just, they're gonna be food. They're just gonna be eaten. And our berserkers just charged and took a hell of a lot of kills here. Berserkers got, well, not really that many kills yet, but they haven't got any deaths. No deaths on this one yet. But we're starting to just wrap up their whole flank over here. So I was worried in the beginning. I was hesitating. Number one thing you don't want to do as barbarian faction is hesitate. But I was worried about their numbers, which I shouldn't have been worried about the numbers. Their infantry is still crap against me. One devastating charge with my berserkers and my sword masters, I can just wipe most of these guys out. Now they have some sacred band, and these guys are the only scary units they have against our Suebi. But at this point, we completely outnumber them. We've destroyed most of their cavalry. A lot of them are just they're scattered, and they've come back from routing. Some of these guys, they're trying to chase me down over here, but they're not gonna do anything. They're not gonna be able to face me. My berserkers have gone berserk, and they're chasing down a bunch of guys. We're trying to just wipe up this whole flank. We're just wiping up these sacred band. We're killing them slowly, and they are powerful units. But my enemy pretty much sees the writing on the wall, and he decides quitting is the best idea. He concedes defeat. So yeah, that was an interesting unit. I suppose I won a lot faster because of my scare tactics on these wolf warriors, maybe. But stat-wise, they're not all that great. They're not nearly as good as the sword masters, but they're scary. They have a decent charge and they're scary, so that really helps out their really helps out the case for using these guys. I am not sure about stacking scare effects, though. I'm not sure if it works. If I bring a berserker, a night hunter, and a wolf warrior, does that stack up? Does that scare effect stack up on each other, or does it matter? Should I only bring one of these scare units, really? Maybe one for each, maybe two for each flank. One for each flank, so bring two. Does it stack up? I don't know. But yeah, I shouldn't have. I was a lot more worried than I should have been, I suppose. They have some good cavalry, and maybe if I hadn't got off some good charges on some of these cav units when I did, maybe the cavalry fight would have gone differently. Because they brought some decent cavalry, some noble cav and some Numidian cavalry over here. Some Iberian cav, they're decent. But in the end, we pretty much just wiped them up. Sword masters and night hunters just charged at them. Now, I shouldn't have hesitated. I was hesitating because of the numbers. Number one thing you don't want to do is hesitate with the barbarian faction. You gotta charge in. Quickly look at your enemy's composition. Look at the infantry units that you know you can take on. Just charge them with your sword masters, and deal with the flanks with your noble riders as best you can. Protect the flanks with your spears, and of course those scare units. Those scary units can just devastate the enemy, cause a complete chain rout. My berserkers, I don't think I lost any units on my berserkers. If I did, it was only a couple. I barely lost any units with these berserkers, damn. Barely any with the night hunters either. My wolf warriors didn't do that great. They're not that great of units, but they are scary. So that's pretty interesting having these units. I will be soon testing out the those camel cataphracts for you, to see just how their scare tactics can help out in the cav fight, because they are scared. The camel cataphracts are terrifying to the most horse infantry, or all horse cavalry, I mean, and they are a pretty powerful unit in their own regard. See, as I've seen from other videos. I'm your graphics rogue, and I will see you next time. Peace.